Mike Tyson. Oh, this was the breaking story. Right before we start to shoot. Right before. This was just moving up the ranks on Twitter. I was like, oh no, this is not good. Mike Tyson repeatedly punches man on plane and bloodies a passenger's face. This is some footage captured on a plane. Ooh. It sure looks like Mike Tyson in this frame. Sources close to Mike claim the man was really intoxicated. I guess he was harassing him. This looks like the guy.
Look at his face. With the thumbs up.
What are you trying to say, Will?
He seems pretty jazzed.
I think Will's trying to say that happy. He deserved to be.
I don't think he's going there.
I think he is.
No.
Let's uncover this.
He is. Mike Tyson seemed to lose his cool on a plane Wednesday night, repeatedly punching a man in the face after the guy had apparently annoyed him. TMZ Sports has learned the incident all went down around 10:30 p.m. as Tyson was slated to fly out of San Francisco to Florida. A witness on the plane says he and his friend were boarding Tyson's flight. The boxing legend was initially cool with them and the other passengers. The witness tells us Mike took a selfie with him and then was patient with his overly excited buddy who kept trying to talk to the 55-year-old fighter as he sat behind him. The sad face?
Yeah.
You can tell that there's alcohol involved.
Yeah.
The witness tells us Mike took a selfie. Eventually, though, we're told Mike had enough of the guy behind him talking in his ear and told him to chill. Guy didn't chill.
Okay.
That's when the witnesses say Tyson started to throw several punches at the man's face. Well, you can play the video clip, Will, if you want. You can kind of see what happens here.
There's video of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is George talking to Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson.
Wow, he is
lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson.
Yeah, this
on a plane, man. What are you doing?
You don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. This shit crazy as fuck.
He should have never gave you his money.
Peasants. They're peasants.
The guy's hammered. The guy's hammered.
Yeah.
JetBlue, net flight. My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way. Yeah, he got fucked up. Trying to ask for autograph, man. I don't know what happened.
He doesn't seem too hurt. He doesn't seem too hurt. I mean, it's hard to say.
I'm sure the alcohol is masking some of the pain.
Of course, yeah, because he's kind of playing it up and having a time himself.
Is there?
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
I can't click on it.
Oh wait, there's video of Tyson actually.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to see this.
Yeah. It's right here, right at the top.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back. Let's lose the horse, man. Come on. Hey.
Ooh.
Hey, Mike, come on.
Yeah, the other guy came to his rescue. Some other guy was sort of shielding him.
Right.
But he definitely, it was enough for enough harassment where Tyson reacted.
Right. Man, that's crazy.
It's especially, okay, it's one thing to be like recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're also a fighter, it's a certain type of energy that people bring in your direction. It's almost like a physical energy where you just picture all the type of people that try to pick fights or irritate or
right.
I guess more rowdy.
Like this guy, obviously, it's hard to even know what his goal was, right? If you look at the clip and he's harassing him, what do you want to happen here? You just want to be close to him. You want more out of the moment than you can possibly get, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe you actually want to get hit. I don't know. You ever known anybody in your life that you feel like just wants to get hit? You ever been in that circumstance? With guys who have been drinking too much?
Yeah.
And like, hit me. Go ahead. Hit me. You never seen like a fight break out?
No, but I've seen people like pick fights that they're gonna lose.
I see.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I've seen with enough alcohol introduced where that has been the actual request.
Right. Just
chin out.
Yeah.
Hit me. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I want you to hit me. And you're like, what is this?
bizarre.
What is this exchange here? I'm not saying that this guy was saying that because obviously we're missing a lot of information. We have these 2 clips emerge. But it doesn't seem far off with that level of irritation. Standing over when you're on a plane and someone's standing over top of you
From behind.
behind,
Get out of here.
it's super intimidating. You don't know
Well,
who's
there's
who.
already such little personal space on a plane.
You don't know who's who. You really don't know. Tyson once said social media made you all too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched for it. That comes from PM in the chat. Yeah, people definitely are feeling a different way nowadays. It's everyone feels like they have access. Everyone's got a voice. Everyone has a camera. And maybe this clip is exactly what this guy wanted. And who knows? Now you can see lawsuits and other things. Maybe this is exactly what he was attempting to finesse. But either way, if you're Tyson, you try everything in your power not to have this happen. If you're Tyson, what you do is you try to move. You get the attention of the attendant. I know that's probably not his style, but you try to move somewhere else or have this guy moved.
Yeah.
And that's the first step. But like in the moment, and if you're really irritated, it's tough to say when someone's actually over top of you. And we're missing so much information. We don't know. Did he reach for him?
Right.
Was he touching him?
Did he put hands? Yeah. We don't know. He was definitely annoying.
Because in that moment, that's a different story.
Yeah.
If there's actual physical contact. The witness says Mike walked off the plane just seconds later. So I guess they were real close to landing.
Oh.
Or maybe they hadn't taken off yet.
Yeah, maybe they haven't taken off.
We're told the man who was punched received medical attention and then went to the police over the incident. Yeah, of course. Right to the police.
Yeah. But if the plane was already landed or they hadn't taken off and he was planning to leave, why attack? Do you know what I mean? Like you were saying he could move, right? And if he got off right after this.
Yeah, like for me, it's like if a guy touches you.
Yes.
If he's harassing, and then he like
crosses a line that's
puts his hand on you, reaches over, puts on your shoulder. I don't know. It kind of would be a natural response.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean, it's a very vulnerable position. The guy's over top. The neck is there.
Yeah.
You don't know. There's probably a lot of encounters Tyson has had that where unexpected things have happened. So, shout out Solid Snake and shout out Ted.
Man, getting punched by Tyson.
Well, you know,
oof.
The thing is, he's 55 years old, but if you watch training video recently, this is still a problem for you.
Yeah.
Guy like you, Mo?
Yeah.
Somehow I feel like you'd be minding your own business, though.
I would. I would.
Let me ask you
something. I
something.
would definitely say hi.
You would say a hi.
I would ask for a selfie, and if he said yes,
you would go to Mike and say, "Can I have a hi?"
Can I have a hi? Hi.
No, how would you do it, Mo? I really want to know. How would your approach be in this scenario? Shout out, Brad.
Am I the first to see?
Well, he's just sitting down, and you're sitting across. What do you do?
I would tell him I'm a big fan. And
what are you doing? You're getting up and walking over there?
Well, I'm assuming I'm boarding the plane. So
let's just go with this exact same circumstance that you're in your seat, he's in his seat,
and he's sitting right in front of me.
But this is the moment you noticed.
Yeah, okay.
Like let's say you were sitting before him. He walked past you and into the chair. You had the moment of, oh my God, is that Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Whatever. Now you're sitting with your feelings. Right? What's the next step? What happens?
I'm asking him for a selfie. Well, I'm first talking to him about like,
damn,
I'm a big fan. What's up? And
wow.
Have you ever done that before?
It's an auto selfie.
Celebrity?
Yeah. Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe. I have a picture with him. Yeah. Yep. But that was a different environment. That was
sure.
It was already.
Well, and that's why I'm giving you the plain one.
Yeah.
Because, people ask me for selfies, and the circumstance matters a lot.
Right. I've seen it happen. You're always pretty.
Yeah. But the circumstance matters a lot, right? If I'm late or something, I had an experience the other day, okay, where I was late for hockey. And maybe I'm going to get this guy in trouble. Never mind. Maybe I can keep it vague enough.
Yeah, keep it vague.
I'm going to keep it vague. So I need to get ice because the beer has to be cold after hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to pick up ice. So I stop through the gas station and I go in and I say, I need some ice. Oh, and okay, I'm gonna kind of out the place a little bit because
Okay.
there's also a Tim Hortons attached.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not what you're thinking.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
No, you don't.
I don't. Okay.
Shout out Lifehacker. So I say, I need to grab some ice. Is the Tim Hortons open? I'm saying this to the person at the gas station counter because it looks sort of empty over there,
Okay.
but the lights are on and there's still some like food out front. And then he shouts to a guy in the back, I guess, who runs the Tim Hortons. He goes, "Are you guys closed?"
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Yeah, we're closed already." And I'm like, "Oh, I could have used like a small coffee to wake up for this late hockey game."
Mm-hmm.
So he sees that that's what's going on with me. But at the same moment, he goes, "You're the guy.
Right.
You're the YouTube guy,"
Yeah.
or whatever.
You're the guy.
Whatever people say. "Aren't you that guy?" And I'm like, "That's me. I'm that guy."
Right.
But at this moment, I'm like, listen, I'm in a rush here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm late.
Right.
I got to get this ice. I didn't get the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
Start punching them.
and I'm thinking in this moment, there's no way after that whole premise that there's going to be a photo.
Right.
But he goes, "I got to get the photo." And I was like, "Oh, you do have to get the photo, don't you?" And
Really?
so I say, "You know what? No problem. Let's just do it
Yeah.
quick and I'll be on my way." But in this moment, you realize a lot of people could approach it a different way
Mm-hmm.
in this moment. So I take the photo and then you have the other guy in the back that recognized what's going on. And
Oh,
he's like, "I got to
no.
get a photo."
Oh no. You got a line now.
It's not a line, just two.
Yeah.
And so I take the photos. Now, my first instinct would have been, okay, maybe now is not the photo time. But then the guy who runs the gas station goes, "Well, since Tim Hortons is closed, why don't you just take one of the cold coffee drinks from the fridge?" And I'm like, it's not a bad idea. You got one of those like prepackaged.
Like the Starbucks.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And I don't even typically like those things, but I was in pinch here.
Very sweet.
I couldn't stop again, and I need a little bit of caffeine for this game. It's a late game. It's a playoff game. I don't know what it was.
Right.
And so I'm like, that's a good idea, actually. So I go grab the thing. I start walking back to the cash register, and he goes, "I'm not going to accept your money for that,"
Wow.
and sends out the door.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Everything in life is a two-way street. You never know exactly what's going on in people's heads and perception and so forth. So you give the benefit as much as you can. But this is one of those examples of how like everybody can be misjudging everybody else. There can be a huge communication gap in these exchanges. It could be all best intentions, but
Yeah.
there is a circumstance where you are just too tied up or too busy or
Right.
too
Occupied or maybe not even in the mood.
too rough.
Yeah.
Too rough. Like one time I was really sick I was looking for like some type of lozenge or something
Okay.
in the shoppers, and I'm sick and I don't even know what type of outfit it is. And my face is destroyed and I'm just like dead. And it's like, let's do the selfie over here in the aisle.
Right.
And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that can happen too. I do the selfie, whatever. It's fine. But I'm surprised that you're auto selfie. I'm surprised that you're Mike Tyson auto selfie.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're surprised.
Yeah.
You're surprised.
Well, let's get yours. What are you doing? Tell the truth.
I don't want any attention
Zero.
from them.
Nothing. Now, what?
I'll probably acknowledge them like, "Oh, that's Mike Tyson," but I'll never approach them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you something else. What if there's an actual dialogue between the two of you?
Yeah.
Like not that you intended, but it just occurs. So what would be an example of this? Like he's like, "Hey, can you open the overhead bin above you there?
Yeah.
Can you help me out?" You just do and shut up, or do you at that point say, "You're Mike Tyson, aren't you?"
I would probably say
You'd
yeah.
probably say.
But that would be the extent, I think.
Right. It's very interesting, these dynamics. There are dynamics to it.
Yeah.
And the dynamics are different than they would have been at one time when you had an autograph.
Right.
Because, you know, now
That was cool.
it's a picture of the person in the mood and state and
Oh, yeah.
vibe that they're in. It's a bit of a different proposal than the autograph used to be.
Have you been hit with an autograph?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think I prefer it, to be honest.
But yeah, I was just going to say, there's something extra special about that.
I think I prefer it, to be honest. But I do also wonder, because oftentimes people ask me to sign their phones, and I'm like, you don't want me to, like, write on the phone.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think that's okay.
And I'm like, it's going to ruin your phone, maybe?
Yeah, but you slap a later case on it.
Well, yeah, buy a case from me
Yeah.
to cover up my own signature because I just didn't want to put the fair warning in. But regardless, it's an interesting dynamic. And I'm sure, Mo, even if you do approach you're very pleasant.
I'm very polite.
You're very pleasant.
And listen, I take no for an answer. And I say, okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a picture.
So
he doesn't owe it. He doesn't owe it to me.
So if you get shushed by Lord, you're like, hey, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I get it. By the way, someone sent me a Lord shush compilation.
Oh,
It's not
What do you
It's
mean?
not a
She's
one-time
done
deal.
this?
It's not a one-time deal.
Oh my goodness.
does she have a problem?
That's her thing. Other people told me this song specifically, very near and dear, the shush song,
Oh,
very near and dear to the heart, and really wanting to feel the emotion. Dark place and everything else. So, but I know on his spare time he's gonna look for the shush compilation, and I'm pointing in Will's direction because this is Mr. Shush over here. I never saw him like that before. Even if it was in the evening, this guy was fired up over that.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Hopefully this thing gets worked out, but unfortunately, in these circumstances, what ends up happening is they don't want to go to court. They settle out of court. It's a civil suit, and Tyson just ends up paying this guy for this whole ordeal.
Right. Yeah.
And the guy actually probably gets a decent deal because he got a couple scratches, and he ends up with some type of payment.
And a story.
And that's
or a lesson.
And that's the thing I don't like. Well, that's what you would hope it would be.
Yeah.
But what is the lesson if he gets a payday out of this?
Yeah, you're right.
The lesson is do it again.
Unfortunately, you're right.
I mean, unless the next time around there's more damage dealt, in which case,
More money.
no, I'm talking about
Unfortunately.
life-changing damage.
Right. Yeah. Like, yeah, man, a Tyson punch
what?
can alter your life.
In the social media world, this guy could turn this into a celebrity fight. I'm the guy that got beat up by Mike Tyson on the plane.
Who is he going to fight?
Jake Paul can promote it.
Right, yeah.
Them two. People can watch Mike Tyson beat him up for $59 on Triller.
Yeah.
No, that would never be sanctioned. But just what a time to be alive, That's all I'm trying to say. It's always these new rules. New rules all the time. We got to develop our own philosophy around them. Like Will's a no selfie, Mo's an insta selfie. We wouldn't have known.